Corey in the house disappears and finds a wizard robe. You are lucky Hajime's not in here, because that man's would be going nuts. He still has not gotten his hands. Crazy Yoko stole it? Fat Togami stole it? You better not let him find out, Corey. You better not let him find out it's in your closet in your house. Good day, good people. To Dave, the year of the Ascent, and your United States Aviator. Welcome. No dillying, no dallying, to another episode. Friday episode. I'm dillying and I'm dallying right now. Just hit the Danganronpa. Hunger Games. Yesterday, we saw who had the freshest of kicks, and this time, we're gonna go from shoes to maybe the best, accessories, but not just accessories. I'm talking about the tag teams that accessorize the best. And so, come along with me, and I will show you who's here today. The Pure Boys, the champs, Joe and Izuyoi. Joe, look at that hair clip. Look at the ear piercing. That man's and you know the dog in this man's knows how to accessorize. Gundam and Jin prepare for trouble. I don't even need to start on those two. The Asylums, Kaede and Crazy Hiyoko. Kaede with those hair clips, those bows for Crazy Hiyoko. In the family, Scott Cannon's really nice bow and Corey's accessorizing all over the place. Dominance, Mew and Clover. Team Goggles, I don't need to say a word. The Dark Arts Specialist, Kotoko and Lysithia. Once again, don't really need to say anything. The Beanie Brigade, Kazuichi and Ruruka. They're kept out. Accent Imposters, Celeste and Teruteru. Show me your moves, Tinko and Iris. Yin and Yang, Despair. Kurokuma and Junko AI. At your service. Karumi and Nagito. Follow my lead. Nakamaru, who once again, love the big chain. Gotta say I love it. And Kokichi, Eye for an Eye, Munakata and Dimitri. Headphone vibing. Cause those headphones, really, I don't know how often they're listening to anything. Those are an accessory more than anything. Masaru and Marco, Mind Trips, Maya, and Pewter. Say it ain't so. They're just missing so today, actually, with Aiko and Buckethead herself, Kana. Homeroom has Kizukura and Usami. Mascon, the great Gozu and Seiko. The Masterminds, Monokuma and Junko. And Expert Deductions caps on for Shuichi and Naoto. So I have to ask you, who do you got? Which teams do you think are going to get first, second, and third? Because you know the team who gets first will be heading to the tag team finale this season to fight for the titles. But before we get into that, you got to make your picks. You got to make them in the comments, because after you've liked and subscribed, because we're 4,000, 4,100, probably 4,150 strong-ish, give or take 40. I don't even know anymore. Comments are important, like this one. Like that one, and even like this one, right there. Because they let you, because you see these comments and you're like, oh, that person made a fantastic pick and picked fantastically, or they picked horribly. It's like a record of how you've done. You can go back to it. You can click, if you comment on every episode, you can click on a random episode. You can go back and you can see how you did. And I think that's just pretty cool, to be honest. But yes, the winners of this game will be competing for the tag team titles. However, this game could just be for the tag team titles as well. Yeah. We're doing a lot of spinning this season. And in 3, 2, 1... 10% is a pretty big chunk. It's a pretty, I never need to do this to like, oh, that's a good, maybe that's the angle I always need to do. Kind of slanted towards this way to get you. It's 10%. And we're about to spin this bad boy now. The Pure Boys do not have Yuta, but they have Joe, who won them the titles. And the tag team Agents of Chaos, the Dark Arts Specialists, are already in. So when I spin this wheel, and chaos clearly reigns, right? Am I right? Am I right? No, I'm wrong. Woo, but close. If it were 20%, we'd have a match. but it's not. So instead, I can just make some picks. That was real close. Let's stop that recording. Super duper close. Too close for comfort. That was almost it for the tag team champions, although they could have retained. Let's see if they would have, because I'm gonna make my picks. I'd ask you to pick first, second, and third. Also, which team do you think accessorizes the best? I'm gonna go with Show Me Your Moves. I got them for first. Give me At Your Service for second. And Mask On for third. That's my top three. Are they your top three as well? Do we have any of the same picks? If so, I apologize in advance. But there's no dice gag for today because there's no die today. It's just right here. I don't know what happens on Thursday. I don't know what kind of zany things go on with this thing on Thursday, but on Friday it's just sitting right there and it's just a fun time and I can just reach down and get it. But I think we just gotta go on. Are you ready? Which of these teams will be the best accessory team? And which team will go on to fight for the titles at the end of the season in some kind of championship match? Ladies and gentlemen, only one way to find out, and that is to start round one and go on with the bloodbath, which is just round one. Of course, one half of the team that I picked is we're not gonna dilly and dally or talk about that until we get to that part, because right now it's just time to it's the podiums, it's the peoples, it's the tributes, it's the horns. Can we please sound the horns? Oh yes, that feels like horns that have been sounded. Dimitri and Munakata get into an argument over who should be in charge. Pewter kills Crazy Yoko before Kaede can react. Kaede rushes to help, but it's already too late. Katoko thinks about what she did to end up here. Kurakuma seems unshaken by any of this. Nagito won't die like the others. Monica and Junko come at Toko from both sides, killing her. That is half of the team that I picked. Show me your moves. Those are not the moves that I wanted you to show. Kurumi eats something she shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. Territory wants us to be over already. Kaede sits there with a blank stare. Junko AI is looking for an easy out. Something inside of Seiko snaps and that girl is now frenzied. You better beware. Seiko's in there to destroy everyone in her path. So let's continue with Kazuichi, who can't take his eyes off of Haruka. She's like borderline. She's borderline in the entourage. Let's be completely honest. Haruka tries to, well... You couldn't take your eyes off of her until the point where she got destroyed by Dimitri. She even tried to take Dimitri out. Dimitri retaliated and killed her instead. Hopefully he won't kill every last one of them. Shuichi attacks Clover from behind and eviscerates her. Kanon isn't sure whether to cry, laugh, or tear her hair out. Lysithea just wants it to be over already. Iris is accessorizing even better right now as she puts on a suit of medieval armor. She knows what she's doing. She knows. Kizakura spots something shiny in the distance. Celeste mopes around uselessly. Corey looks like he's on the verge of snapping. Marco is glad he can rely on Masaru. Junko doesn't care much for this place. Joe is ready to defend his friends. Jin is being adorable as always. Munakata tries to kill Iris, but Iris's knight armor diverts the blow. Kokichi and Nekomaru get into an argument over who should be in charge. Aiko doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Masaru rambles on about something nobody cares about. Maya is thinking of plans to get out of here. Tinko is gone. She went early too. Nekomaru feels strong enough to handle anything, except probably the despair of losing his partner, because Kana attacks and kills Kokichi before Nekomaru can even react. She knows all of Kokichi's secrets, so got all the intel on Kokichi because they were tag teaming for so long together, and now she's got the reads. Kana's dangerous for any member of that tag team. Nekomaru rushes to help, but it's already too late. Naoto asks Shuichi if he's found anything useful. Great Gozu hums a song to himself. Mew attacks Nagito from behind and eviscerates him. Izzy starts sobbing uncontrollably. Gundam looks around for stuff to scrounge. Usami's being adorable as always, and we have lost 7 folk. The unlucky 7 who have perished of our game of 40. We still got plenty more people to go, but we do have to give a Claire de Lune 4. Crazy Hyoko, Tenko, Kurumi, Ruruka, Clover, Kokichi, Nagito, 7 gone. I don't think any entire team is gone though. No, At Your Service is gone. Kurumi and Nagito both perished. That's a shame. I picked them, didn't I? Hold on, wait a minute. I picked that team, this team, and the headphone folks. So I was gonna say, did at least one person from each of the teams that I picked get out? No. The headphone, did I pick them? I don't know if I picked them. Let's proceed. Let's proceed before I say that I didn't pick them and I accidentally jinxed them. So let's go to the next round. And at the start of it, thought I jinxed Masaru, really did, immediately. Round 2, Dimitri twitches uncontrollably. Hakana wishes he could go home. Jin wants to be helpful. Nekomaru's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. He just saw his partner perish. As Kazuichi duels it out with Kana, she does not have the reads on Kazuichi though, because she bites the dust. Masaru really doesn't want to, but finds himself having to get rid of Peter. Seiko looks around maniacally, seething. Mudokata finally snaps and he is now frenzied. Kazuichi's going off this round as Kizakura tries to kill him, but Kazuichi retaliates and takes out Kizakura instead. Lysithea does her best to avoid Kotoko. Mew tries to get others to notice her, but Great Gozu feels strong enough to handle anything. And he probably is. He is the strongest man that I know, let me tell you. Aiko hopes she doesn't have to harm anybody. Cannon. Her bad brain turns her into an absolute pain to deal with. Clover's gone. Usami, my singles ride or die, thinks about what she did to end up here. Kurakuma, how could you? They were not prepared for the trouble that you had in your soul because you ambushed Jin and Gundam, taking them both out. You hate to see that. Iris thinks about Tenko and sobs quietly. Junko AI is looking out only for herself. Well, she's big. I don't think she really needs to worry unless she like trips and falls in a really bad way. I hope it didn't jinx her. Teru tries to kill Iris, but Iris's knight armor diverts the blade. It diverts the blow. That's the power of accessorizing. Iris knew how to play this game. She might win this thing. Naoto is thinking of plans to get out of here. Corey feels like Cannon's slowing him down. Corey takes out his tag team partner. Well, you know what? Joe did that to Yuta. They won the titles. Corey, you do it to Cannon. Maybe you make it into the championship match. Kaede snaps out of it. Izuyoi finds a slingshot. How quaint. Might be useful in a pinch. I've never seen it be useful, but if anyone could do it, it's our boy Izuyoi. Kotoko looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Celeste can't take her eyes off of Teru. This infatuation has just been going on for ages. Junko doesn't care much for this place. Maya sobs quietly. Monica can't wait to kill again. Joe doesn't understand what's happening. Shuichi falls in a really bad way, breaking his neck, and Marco finds us all below his concern. Another 7, surprisingly enough. Usually in this one we get like a larger chunk and then a slightly smaller chunk, then a slightly smaller chunk, then it's like 3s and 2s. But this time it's being real consistent as we give a Claire de Lune for our fallen 7. Cannon, Pewter, Kizakura, Jin, Gundam, Cannon, Shuichi. And thus, there's 26 left. And I'll take a peek right now. I think that's fine. One half of Dominance Mew. The Pure Boy's completely in. Homeroom still has Usami. Show me your moves with Iris. Expert deductions with Naoto. Accent Imposters in. So are the Dark Arts Specialist. Both of them actually. I haven't seen much from Lysithea, but maybe she'll go off. At Your Service completely out. The Beanie Brigade still has Kazuichi. Mind Trip with Maya. Say It Ain't So with Aiko. Yin Yin Yang Despair, both still in. Follow My Lead still has Nekomaru. The Asylum with Kaede. Will it be a Kaede for Asylum Akamatsu? Eye for an Eye completely in as well. The Masterminds as well. Prepare for Trouble out. Headphone Vibing completely in. So is Mask on, and Corey just took out Cannon, so it is just him for that team. We still have 2 more until it's a standard size game. 16 more until your saving grace picks, and 0 more seconds as we until the next round, because we're clicking it right now. And at the start of it, Usami, my singles ride or die, does something really cute. Maybe she'll have her time. It would be just like my luck for my singles ride to die, my singles ride or die to only win in tag team action. Yeah, that would be fitting. Maybe Usami has like the reverse Jinx in tag team action. The Great Gozu spots something shiny in the distance. Naoto twiddles her thumbs. Iris doesn't really understand what's happening. Kaede looks like she's on the verge of snapping. That's dangerous. Maya tries to kill Dimitri, but Dimitri retaliates and kills her instead. Rest in peace to Maya. Aiko doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Marco is glad he can rely on Masaru. Junko's looking out only for herself. Celeste thinks of a dark, dark poem. Does it involve Teru? Because I feel it seems like you're trying to hit it off with him, unless you were just lying. Kotoko's looking for an easy out though. In a fit of frenzy, Munakata creeps up on Naoto and slaughters her Izuyoi. Gathers ammo for his slingshot. Kazuichi reminisces about Ruruka and sobs quietly. Seiko looks for her next victim. Kori in the house finds tactical combat gear and equips it. It seems like his regular attire could be some pretty good combat gear. Kurokuma tries to kill Kori, but that combat gear is now doing work for him. Monica twiddles her thumbs. Joe's ready to defend his friends. Dimitri snapped. Dimitri's frenzied. And if I didn't jinx this... Junko AI trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking her neck. I just need a... I hate to say that I spoke that into existence, but Lysithea spots something shiny in the distance. Nekomaru sobs quietly. Masaru rambles on about something nobody cares about. Teru wishes he could go home. Miu kills the great Gozu before Seiko can react. Seiko rushes to help, but it's already too late. I don't think she's sad because she's still frenzied. That might have been a mistake, Miu. She's got your number now. You got a target on your back and Gundam is gone. We lost 4. I don't know about you, but there's still 22 tributes remaining. 1 will come out on top. But we do have to give a Claire de Lune for Maya, Naoto, Junko AI, the Great Gozu. And so that spells the end of Mind Trip. Expert deductions. Kurokuma's still in, I believe. And Seiko's still in. Yeah? Yeah. So 2 teams got out that round. 2 teams got halved. But that doesn't mean much. There's still 22 people left. We still have 12 more until your saving grace picks. And to get there, do you need them even? We gotta go next round. We gotta see what goes on. What happens? What hip happens after we click the button? A whole lot happens after we click the button. Oh my gosh. Y'all might be getting your saving grace picks real soon. As Miu's cooking up a genius idea. Is it really that smart? It might be. I don't see her perishing too soon. Kurokuma seems unshaken by any of this. Kazuichi attacks Iris from behind and takes her out. That is the end of my pick for the day. Monica can't take her eyes off of Junko. Panting like a wild beast, his eyes bulging out. Munakata's frenzy grows so overpowering that his heart gives out. Rest in peace to him. Usami does something really cute. Celeste and Teru attack Masaru from behind, slaughtering him. Marco wants to end things once and for all with Kaede. Asylum Akamatsu bites the dust. You couldn't take your eyes off of Junko. Long enough to save her existence, you couldn't. Kotoko's looking for an easy out. Lysithea stares into the distance. Teru doesn't care much for this place. Nekomaru snaps out of it. Junko can't wait to kill again. You're gonna have to wait until next time, because Dimitri creeps up on you and he takes you out. He's trying to win this for Munakata. Izuyoi starts sobbing uncontrollably. Kori's in the house and looking menacing in his combat gear. Joe doesn't really understand what's happening, and Aiko finds some leather scraps, trades her Pikachu bunny hoodie in, raincoat, it's some sort of combination of all of those things in for some cave woman gear, and we have lost 5. 5 more, and that brings us down to 17. 17 on round... Are we on round 4? Yeah, we're only on round 4. This is going pretty quickly for a game of 40. But I do have to say, it's time for a Claire de Lune 4. Iris. Munakata. Masaru. Kaede. Junko. And although we lost 4 people, I think we only lost 2 complete teams actually. Kaede for the Asylum and Iris for Show Me Your Moves. Monica's still in for Junko, Marco is still in for Masaru, and for Munakata we still have Dimitri, which means 7 more until your saving grace picks. We could have a round like the first 2 and we can get those next round, but will that happen? I don't know. I can't tell you. But I can show you if it does as we click proceed. Do you want me to do that? Should I do that? I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Just for you. just for you. Next round. Usami doesn't feel prepared for any of this. Nekomaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Aiko is wearing leather scraps. It's a sight to behold. Let me tell you. Izuo uses that slingshot to pelt Corey in the house with some rocks, which is really more annoying than anything. I have never seen it be useful. Dimitri looks around maniacally, seething. Teru does his best to avoid Celeste. Kotoko does something really cute. Celeste thinks of a dark poem. Lysithea eats something she shouldn't have. Kazuichi tries to kill Corey in the house, but his combat gear diverts the blow. Joe finds a dapper suit. Mew tries to kill Monica, but Monica retaliates and kills her instead. Monica's not playing games anymore. Kurokuma finds an ancient scepter. Well, that might be bad. That might be not okay. Corey in the house disappears and finds a wizard robe. You are lucky Hajime's not in here, because that man's would be going nuts. He still has not gotten his hands. Crazy Yoko stole it? Fat Togami stole it? You better not let him find out, Corey. You better not let him find out it's in your closet in your house. Marco feels protected by his wealth, and Monica's looking out only for herself, who lost another 2, which means 5. 5 more. Until your saving grace picks. Do you need them? I do. So let's give a Claire de Lune 4. Lysithea. Mew. And? Do you know what that means? Actually, Kotoko's still in. So the Dark Heart Specialists could be the Agents of Chaos, the second ever tag team Agents of Chaos to just win a match and get to the finale themselves. After Mind Trip did it last season. Mew perished, so Dominance is once again not dominating, not even making it into the top 10, but those are the 2 that we've lost. Lysithea and Mew. But that means it is time for your next round. So let's go on to round 6. Well, Nekomaru attacks Corey from behind and eviscerates him. His combat gear was not strong enough to handle the might that was Nekomaru. Kazuichi's cooking up a genius idea, does not get to implement it as Usami twiddles her thumbs. Seiko snaps out of it. Celeste is still staring down Teru. Did he do something? Does his breath smell funny, or is he just that enticing? Shuichi rots silently. Kurokuma calls down arcane fury on Kazuichi, his ancient scepter beaming with an inner rage. At first he feels nothing. It seems like nothing has happened. Everything seems normal until a light breeze blows Kazuichi away like an old pile of dust. And Marco doesn't really want to, but Marco finds himself having to get rid of Aiko. Nobody wanted to see it. Say it ain't so, but it is. Say it ain't so is out. Teru wants to be over already. Actually, that's the 5 that we needed. Yeah, in round 6 we lost those 5. Marco took out Aiko. Teru wants it to be over already. Kotoko's looking for an easy out. In a fit of frenzy, Dimitri creeps up on Izuo and turns him inside out. Half of the champs are out of this match. Monica challenges my singles ride or die Usami to a duel. Usami unfortunately bites the dust. That's okay, I'm only rooting for you in singles anyway. And Joe thinks about Izuo, who has just perished, and he sobs quietly. It's time. It is time after this Claire de Lune 4. Corey in the house. Kazuichi. Aiko. Izuo. Usami. And in this one round we lost a former tag team champ, a former singles champ, a current tag team champ. Izuo, don't forget, he's part of the Pure Boys. That man is tag team gold. And we lost Corey and we lost Aiko. It is a shame. It is unfortunate. In fact, some of those might have been your picks. And so what do you do when you feel such despair when your picks have perished? Well, let me tell you, I have the answer. For you to pick anew. I'm talking about a pick that I like to call a saving grace pick. A saving grace pick. It is a saving grace pick. We got 10, and let's introduce who they are. We have Joe from the Pure Boys. We have Marco still headphone vibing. Yin Yang Despair still has Kurokuma with 3 KOs, might I add. As we scroll down, we still have Seiko, who's still Frenzy, mask on. We still have Monica from the Masterminds. We still have Dimitri for Eye for an Eye, who's trying to kill them all because he's taken out 4 folk. The Accent Imposters are both completely in. They both have 1 kill apiece, and it is only on Masaru. Kotoko remains for the Dark Arts Specialist, the Master of the Dark Arts, the Pre-Season Princess. Nekamaru is here for Follow My Lead, trying to carry on for Kokichi and Baos. And that's your final 10. So tell me, who do you have making it to the tag team finale? Who are your saving grace picks? First, second, and third, you know how to make them. Go into the comments, edit your comment, reply to your comment on your comment. Do what you gotta do to make them known. I'll make mine. Give me Nekamaru for first. He hasn't won in a long time. And I'm here for Boss. Give me oh wait, no, Celeste is number 1 and she's here. I retract. Give me Celeste for first. Give me Nekamaru for second. I don't feel like it's Celeste Day. Part of me doesn't feel like it. But if it happens, it happens. So I'll take Celeste for first, Nekamaru for second, and give me Dimitri for third. Eye for an Eye. I'm here for that. I'm here for that team. So that is that. That is everyone who's left. The final 10. So as we go on, it'll be round 7, lucky number 7. These 10 folk, all still here. Heart still beating strong with the same pace, the same pulse, the same rate as that of. Oh, a samurai woman. Let's see what happens. Let's see what unfolds. Let's go for it. It's next round. And Round 7, Teru tries to get others to notice him. Kotoko does something really cute. Corey desiccates silently. Nekamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Marco sobs uncontrollably as Seiko looks for her next victim. In a frenzy, Dimitri creeps up on Celeste and kills her dead. Yeah, it hurt. I didn't feel like it was her day. I feel like you guys also didn't feel like it was her day. It just didn't feel like a Celeste win. It wasn't. I guess it never feels like a Celeste win. Monica also gets mauled by wild animals. That's also pretty bad, so rest in peace to her. Joe doesn't really understand what's happening. Kurakuma polishes his ancient scepter, making the magic orb shine. We lost 2. 2 gone. And so, it's time. And it is indeed a terrible turnabout for Celeste. Monica. One of these days, Celeste. But you know what? Teru wins all these tag team matches for you. So maybe you're just maybe you're relying on him to do it again. And can he do it again? I don't know. This is also not the Valentine's Day episode, so I don't expect you guys to win this week. But if you do, then you do. There's still 8 people left, and they're going strong. Same rate. Samurai woman. Are you ready? There's still 8 left. 1 team. I think it's just all teams of 1 now. I think, yes, it is all teams of 1 now. So let's see which team comes out on top. At the start of round 8, Kurakuma seems unshaken by any of this. Clover's corpse is writhing with maggots. That's nasty. Nekamaru attacks Marco from behind and eviscerates him. Headphone vibing are no longer vibing. Kotoko thinks about what she did to end up here. She embraced the chaos, that's what she did, but also put on those cute little horns because she's accessorizing real good. Seiko looks for her next victim, panting like a wild beast, his eyes bulging out. Dimitri, why couldn't you have done this last round instead of taking out Celeste? Dimitri's frenzy goes so overpowering that his heart gives out. Teru wishes he could go home. Joe finds a bow, some arrows. Might come in handy. Could be a fan vote for you guys now I'm thinking about it. And Gozu's gone. 2 more are gone. 2 more are gone. Oh. That is a shame. In fact, it's not just a shame, it's a terrible turnabout. 4. Marco. Dimitri. And so we have Kurakuma, Nekamaru, Kotoko, Seiko, Teru, and Joe. Your final 6. Still going strong with the Heart of a Samurai Woman. Moving on to round 9. We are getting deep into it. We are in the thick of it. Who will come out on top? At the start of the next round, it will not be a fan vote, and it will not be your Agents of Chaos, because Kurokuma is calling down Arcane Fury on Joe. His ancient scepter beaming with an inner rage. Joe quivers strangely, then starts getting taller and taller, and thinner until he becomes just a line, and disappears. Nakamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Lysithea is dead, unfortunately. Kotoko's looking for an easy out, and there's no easier out than getting creeped up on by Seiko and getting your neck snapped. Teru doesn't care much for it, though. We lost 2. 2 more are gone. It is round 9. 4 more are left. But we gotta give... And it's the 2 competing sides right now, actually. So it is a terrible turnabout for. Tag Team Champ, Joe. Tag Team Agents of Chaos, Kotoko. And that is real yin and yang, so maybe Kurokuma is destined to win this one. If we're thinking about it like that. But he's still got Nekamaru, he's still got Teru, and he's still got Seiko in his path, which means it's still any of their games. But it is your final 4. And I just said who they were: Kurokuma, Nekamaru, Teru, and Seiko. Kurokuma for Yin Yang Despair. Nakamaru for Follow My Lead. Teru for The Accent Imposters. And Seiko for Mask On. And they are in what we like to call, in your final 5, within your final 5, now in your final 4, a crisis of fate. We head on to the perfect 10, round 10. Let's see what goes on. Nothing. Because in round 10, Teru reminisces about Celeste and sobs quietly. Seiko looks around maniacally seething. Kurokuma finds a shotgun. He starts thinking about the damage he can do. Oh boy. And Nekamaru has a horrible feeling in his chest. We'll go to the next round. Round 11. Nekamaru sizes his muscles. Kurokuma fires his shotgun at Seiko but misses. Seiko's frenzy grows so overpowering that her heart gives out. There have been so many frenzy KOs, actually. What a shame. As Teru wants us to be over already, we did lose one. And it's my girl. Glad she made it to the fight. A fantastic competitor. But it is indeed a terrible turnabout for Seiko. 3 remain. And they are Nekamaru, Kurokuma, and Teru. Nekamaru, Follow My Lead, could get his first tag team victory. Kurokuma could have his time in the spotlight with AI Junko and Shirokuma. And of course, Teru could pull out another win for the Accent Imposters. I don't know who it's going to be, but they're still technically caught in a crisis of fate. And so, to find out, Follow My Lead, or Yin Yang Despair, or the Accent Imposters. Next round, we see nothing, because at the start of round 12, Kurokuma reloads the shotgun just in case. Teru doesn't care much for this place, and Nekamaru has a horrible feeling in his gut. We'll go to the next round again. This is an interesting moment in time, because round 13, Teru wishes he could go home, and Kurokuma creeps up behind Nekamaru, shoots him point blank with his shotgun. Nekamaru, you were so close. And Celeste is gone. We have 2 left. It is the final 2. But we can't just go for it. We can't just say, oh, it's the final 2. We have to give a terrible turnabout first for Nekamaru. And so, we come down to this. We have an interesting combo here. A man who has clutched it out for tag teams again and again. And we have a robotic bear. you know what I have to ask you guys? There's only one question and one question alone, and that is, who will it be? Will it be Kurokuma for Shirakuma and the biggest Junko you ever done seen? Will it be Teru Teru for Celeste once again? I don't know. Will it be Yin Yang Despair? Or will it be the Accent Imposters? I think we gotta find out. Go ahead and make that pick. It's the final two. Who do you think who do you want it to be and who do you think it's gonna be? Because those could be two very different things. Teru Teru. Kurokuma. Teru Teru. Kurokuma. Teru Teru. Kurokuma. Accent Imposters. Yin Yang Despair. Neither, as Kurokuma still has that ancient scepter, which is the turning point in this match. Don't count him out. Teru Teru remembers how much he misses Celeste and sobs quietly. I think he was kind of creeped out, trying to avoid her sometimes, but now he misses her. Can he pull it out for her? He can not. Not this time. The magic will not happen again. As Teru Teru tries to kill Kurokuma, but Kurokuma retaliates and kills him instead. That's all I can say. We just gotta give him a clap. We scroll down, we see, after this terrible turnabout, 4. Teru Teru. That we can see, out of nowhere. After you know what, hold on. First of all, let me say, your winner. After I brutally jinxed his tag team partner, saying that she was so big she was just gonna trip and fall down. Trip and fall down. And she did. He came up clutch for the team, for Shirakuma, for Big Junko. Kurokuma of Yin Yang Despair takes the win. What can I say? He earned it. He deserved it. He had 6 KOs. Dimitri had 5 and he was taking out every last one of them, and Kurokuma still got 6. So he deserved that one. Major props to him, major kudos to him. Kazuichi got 3, Monica got 3, Mew got 2, Nekomaru with 2, Nekomaru was so close, Marco with 2, Shuichi with 2. Did Teru Teru? Yeah, Teru Teru had 1 kill, I was gonna say. Shuichi had 1, everyone else won or less. Good on them! You can't... It's Yin Yang Despair. They were kind of sort of a meme team, but you know what happens with meme teams? You know RNG loves the goofs. I don't know how this is gonna be a dumb looking break up the tag team bracket. I don't know what I did yet, but there's thoughts going in my head of dumb things to do, and I'm sure I cashed in on one of them. And so that's the third team going on. Yes, it is. Yin Yang Despair. Props to him. Because I don't think anyone ever assumed that they were going to win, but Kurokuma, he clutched one out. I picked the wrong bear as my ride or die. Should have picked Kurokuma this whole time. But that's this game. I hope you enjoyed it. Next week is Valentine's Day weekend. Yeah! Yeah! It's the Thursday before Valentine's Day and the Friday before Valentine's Day. So it'll be tag teams for Valentine's Day. But it's also, I think, that Friday that Friday is another holiday. We'll see what happens. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Do I got plans? Oh, of course I got plans, but you won't know them. You'll just find out. Stay classy. Toodaloo. Like Rue. Thanks for watching.